Since 1988, December the 1st has been designated as World AIDS Day. A day for us all to pause, to unite and show our solidarity with those who live with HIV and those who have died from AIDS and related illnesses. I am old enough to remember the great Ian Charleston, star of Chariots of Fire. He died from AIDS in 1990 and he wanted the world to know, to publicise the condition. We're many years on from then, but World AIDS Day remains as relevant today as it was then. HIV has not gone away, and too many still suffer in silence.
I don't think there's ever been a more poignant year to celebrate World AIDS Day, 1st of December 2020, a year in which we all know the fear of an invisible disease that has rampantly embraced the whole world. I remember in the early 80s I received leaflets through my door and adverts were on the television which depicted tombstones and dire warnings about social contact, as nobody truly understood how HIV was transmitted in those days. Of course, if you contract COVID, there's absolutely no stigma attached to it, but that was never the case with HIV and AIDS. In the late 90s, I had trained in various complementary therapies and became a volunteer therapist at a support centre for HIV/AIDS. I used to do an outreach service as well, visiting patients in hospitals and hospices. I met so many people from so many diverse backgrounds when I was doing that work. From people who were haemophiliac and had contracted HIV through blood transfusions, somebody who'd been working for a charity in Africa who'd had to have an inoculation whilst there and it turned out to be a dirty needle, partners, families, friends, an African group that used to come down from London that we also supported. Just literally everybody was fantastic. I learnt so much about myself, about my own prejudices and judgments that used to come into my conscious awareness as I was speaking to people. I would consider where those judgments and prejudices had come from. More often than not, it was from my own culture and background. What I therefore learnt most of all was about unconditional love and acceptance. Today, we're very lucky. Medication is no longer a harsh regime with terrible side effects, and people can live long and relatively healthy lives with HIV and AIDS. My message today, therefore, really is it's about time we forgot to fear death and learnt to truly embrace life. Thank you.
And this is an opportunity for the whole world to unite in the fight against HIV and to show support for people that are living with HIV. And again, to commemorate all those that have died from AIDS and AIDS-related illnesses. So this was founded in 1988, and World AIDS Day is the first ever global health day. The fact that we have had over 35 million people that have died of HIV or AIDS, it's actually one of the most destructive pandemics in history. So this is still, still going on out there, and people are still dying from it or have got the virus. So it is really important, again, that we all stand together and we support those people, and we are there and we care. So thank you all, and this is sending love to you all out there in the community. Stay safe and well.
103,800 people are living with HIV in the UK today. Advances in medicine mean that people on effective HIV treatment cannot pass the virus on, but late diagnosis remains high. So many of my generation died of AIDS in the 70s, 80s and 90s. So many of my friends were lost. So many of my friends were wasted for my generation. So many people today across the world are suffering from HIV and their consequences. Not everybody has access to the kinds of treatments which can prevent spread or make people's lives worth living. Let's continue to fight the stigma. Let's continue to fight for the freedom of people to live as they wish to live and to live without the fear of dying of HIV. Let's commemorate this day and let's celebrate the will of the people across the world to prevent stigma, to prevent HIV, and to enable people to live in the way they wish to live. Thank you.
On behalf of Tandridge District Council and the people of Tandridge, I would like to light this candle in remembrance of all those who have died from AIDS and all those who are living with HIV.
$285 people under 15 received HIV care in the UK in 2019. This virus does not discriminate and it can affect anyone. Please get yourself protected on PrEP or PEP and make sure that you understand how HIV can be spread.
69.1% of people living in UK with HIV are male, meaning 30.9% are female. This is not a gay man's disease as once was the myth. We remember and honour those who've lost their life to HIV and AIDS. We stand with those who live with the virus. We remember, we support, and we seek to educate.
46.5% of those who contracted HIV in 2019 were from heterosexual relationships.
We stand together recognising those who have been lost to HIV and AIDS over the years.
The number of people accessing HIV specialist care has grown by 42% in the last decade. This is really positive as it shows the stigma around HIV and AIDS is reducing, but there is still a lot more to be done. We remember and honour those we have lost to HIV and AIDS. We stand with those living with the virus. We remember, we support, and we seek to educate.
Hi, I'm Maz from Pride in Surrey, and here we are on Guildford High Street, having lit a candle in remembrance to all those lost and living with HIV or AIDS. A study in 2014 looked at 58,000 instances of sex without a condom, where one partner was HIV positive and the other was negative. There were 0 cases of transmission in couples where the positive partner was on effective treatment, meaning that they were undetectable. This shows that HIV positive people can have a normal, fulfilling and intimate relationship without risk to their partners. We remember and honour all those we've lost to HIV or AIDS and stand with all those living with the virus. We remember, we support, we seek to educate.
91.5% of people receiving HIV care in the UK in 2019 did so in England. Here in Wales, it is 2.4%. In Scotland, it is 5%, and in Northern Ireland, 1.1%. In England, 41.8% of those receiving HIV care did so in London. Across the UK, across the world, there is so much more work to be done.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. bright shiny as the sun. We've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first began. Through many dangers, toils and snares, we had already come. 'Twas grace hath brought us safe thus far, and grace will lead us home. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was once lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. I was blind, but now I see.
I'm Shalini Andrews. I'm a sexual health and HIV consultant here in Surrey. Thank you, Stephen, and the Surrey Pride team for asking me to speak once more on this World AIDS Day. When I first moved to Surrey about 10 years ago, one of my patients introduced me to the area. Doctor, this is not London, you know. You will not find two men holding hands or kissing in Guildford. We don't have a Surrey Pride. I thought, things should change, things will change. I hope you change it. And here we are, over a year since the first Surrey Pride and our second World AIDS Day. Thank you for making it possible. Thank you for making the world a better place. It is World AIDS Day, a day to raise awareness about HIV and to remember lives lost to this virus. HIV is the name of the virus. AIDS is the illness that takes lives if HIV is not treated. AIDS has taken countless lives, particularly LGBTQ+ lives. My first experience of HIV was in the mid-90s. Back then, giving somebody the diagnosis of HIV was breaking bad news, telling them that they were going to die. And we watched them die. We watched many, many, many people die. But also, along with the deaths, we watched the indomitable human spirit rising above all odds. We watched many opening their hearts and homes to others living with HIV and supporting each other. I know that many of you too will remember loved ones taken away too soon. While we remember those wonderful people, let's also remind ourselves of the road ahead to eliminate HIV. I would like you to remember three things. U equals U, achieved through treatment, testing and PrEP, pre-exposure prophylaxis. So the first thing is U equals U. What is it? HIV today is an easily treatable condition. Medication is safe and effective. A person diagnosed and treated for HIV early will never get AIDS. Once someone with HIV takes treatment, their viral load becomes undetectable within 3 to 6 months. And once undetectable, they are untransmittable. U equals U. I will repeat it because it is one of the greatest advances we have seen in recent years. U equals U, undetectable equals untransmittable. When someone with HIV is on treatment and has an undetectable viral load, they will not transmit the virus even with condomless sex. So the second thing I'd like to talk to you today about is testing. Why is HIV still relevant today, here in the UK, here in Surrey? We still have about 6,000 people living with HIV in the UK who have not been tested and do not know that they have the virus. If they don't know they have the virus, they cannot be on treatment. They risk their health as well as continuing to transmit the virus. We need to raise awareness. We need to test. We need to test regularly and routinely. Testing is readily available throughout the UK through the sexual health services, online services, GPs and hospitals. In Surrey, CNWL Sexual Health offers tests through our clinic and also our website www.sexualhealth.cnwl.nhs.uk. We have clinics in Guildford, in Woking and in Redhill in East Surrey. Postal testing is easy. Once you fill an online form and submit it, we post a kit out to you, and once you return it, we complete the test and text you the results. So testing is key. It's really important to test. The third tool to eliminate HIV is PrEP, pre-exposure prophylaxis. It's a pill HIV negative people can take to protect themselves from catching HIV. It is available in the NHS for free through sexual health clinics. For further information, check our website www.sexualhealth.cnwl.nhs.uk or book a telephone appointment with one of our clinics to discuss it further. On this World AIDS Day, let us strive to ensure every single person with HIV is tested and treated to live life to the fullest, free of stigma and prejudice. Let us also protect ourselves with PrEP. Let us end the HIV/AIDS epidemic. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Kathy.
And we're here from Pride in Surrey in the beautiful church of Chiddingfold, St Mary's, where we had our blessing.
And we've come here on World AIDS Day to light a candle to remember everybody that's been lost to AIDS or is still living with HIV.
I light this candle in memory to all of those lost to and currently living with HIV in 2020. 2020 has been a very hard year and we're all fighting another virus. May God look after you all. Thank you.
All our prayers go out to everybody still suffering with HIV and to the families of those already lost.
Hi, I'm Kathy from Pride in Surrey. Last year we held a candlelit vigil at our event. This year we had to do things a little bit differently. We've had to come out and about. Here we are in Hazelmere, about to light a candle to mark World AIDS Day. For the first time in a decade, the number of people living with HIV aged 50 or over matches the number living with HIV aged 35 to 49. This shows how effective treatment is. It helps people live longer with HIV. We remember and honour all those we've lost to HIV and AIDS and stand with all those living with the virus. We remember, we support and we seek to educate.
Hello, my name's Morgan Rise and I'm one of the Liberal Democrat councillors on Surrey Heath Borough Council. On this World AIDS Day, I want to extend my support, love and solidarity to the entire community of those suffering with HIV and AIDS. Over my lifetime there have been great strides forward in treatment of HIV. And when I was born, a diagnosis of HIV was seen as a death sentence for so many people. But now our community has made great strides forward, and with new medical techniques and interventions and treatments, people who now are diagnosed with HIV can lead full and happy lives. And this has come about through campaigning work, which I completely support and commend. And including, I commend the work of Pride in Surrey, that over a short period of time since their creation, they have delivered incredible training and education awareness training from many charitable organisations, other organisations and agencies. It's essential that we maintain this campaigning work, fighting for equal access to healthcare and equal healthcare across all. That's why I also support for ensuring that drugs such as PrEP are now provided by the NHS on prescription. These drugs are vital for tackling the virus once and for all, ensuring those that are HIV negative and HIV positive remain safe and can lead full and active lives. So once again, on this World AIDS Day, I extend my complete support to you.
I am Abikanili. I am a proud ally and friend of Pride in Surrey. I wanted to speak to you today on World AIDS Day to let you know that my thoughts are with you and with all those living with HIV/AIDS as we remember those we have lost to this virus. Much progress has been made, but there is still so much there to be done in the UK and globally. HIV/AIDS is more manageable now than ever been, so I urge you to please get tested.
We've come to Phillips Memorial Park in Godalming today. Last year we were able to have a vigil at our World AIDS Day event, but this year obviously we can't. So we've come here to light a candle to remember everybody and mark World AIDS Day. Awareness and knowledge around HIV continues to drop in the UK. Only 45% of the population know how HIV is and isn't transmitted. Education is key, and we will continue to campaign for quality HIV education in schools and other settings. Remember, we honour all those we've lost to HIV and AIDS and stand with all those living with the virus. We remember, we support, and we seek to educate.
Hello, I'm Dara.
And I'm Lisa, and we're here to light this candle for World AIDS Day 2020.
97% of people on treatment are virally suppressed. This means they cannot pass on the virus. Remember, you equals you.
We remember and honour all those we've lost to HIV and AIDS, and we stand with all those living with the virus. We remember, we support, and we seek to educate.
Hello, I'm Maz from Pride in Surrey. Here we are in Shalford, lighting a candle in memory to all of those lost to and living with HIV on this World AIDS Day. Globally, the number of HIV infection rates has been reduced by 40% since the peak in 1998. AIDS-related mortality has declined by 39% since 2010. Lots has been achieved, but still much more to do. We remember and honour all those we've lost to HIV and AIDS and stand with all those living with the virus. We remember, we support, and we seek to educate.
Hi everyone, I'm Kel.
And I'm Lisa.
And we are here at High Cross Church once again just to show you that in a display of solidarity for the community who are living with HIV and AIDS, and to remember those that we've lost to the virus, Reverend Mike has changed all of his window displays to a beautiful red.
We light a candle this World AIDS Day 2020 in honour of those who have lost their lives to HIV and AIDS. We stand in solidarity with those currently living with HIV and AIDS.
listen to the song here in my heart, a melody I start but can't complete. Listen from the sound with deep within. It's only beginning to find release. Oh, the time has come for my dreams to be heard. They will not be pushed aside and turned into your own. All 'cause you won't listen. I am alone at the crossroads. I'm not at home in my own home, and I've tried and tried to see what's on my mind. You should have known. Now I'm done believing you. You don't know what I'm feeling. I'm more of what you made of me. I followed the voice you said you gave to me, and now I'm trying to find my own. You should have listened.
Well, obviously, for part of the gay community, don't be scared to go and ask for help. Don't be scared to talk to people, and be proud of who you are. And if you're straight, make sure you're seen as an ally, and make sure that you're going to support people, not just when it's a Pride event or it's Pride Month. You need to do it the whole year round, and you need to do it for everyone. Not just go, oh, I'm only going to support you because you're my friend and no one else. I'm going to be rude to everyone else. You shouldn't do that. Just be there for anyone who needs it.
So, kink and fetish community is an important part of the LGBTQ plus community and more. We're here to support, we're here to educate, and we're here to help on consent and safe sex practices. What we'll say is that you equals you, undetectable, untransmittable. Look at PrEP if you are going to be in risky situations. Look at PrEP. It's now on the NHS. Go and look at your local STI clinics. Go and look at Dean Street. They all support it. Go and have a look. Get on PrEP. And the other thing is that HIV and AIDS does not discriminate. So are you.